Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we're going to do another new player guide. I'm here with my org member and friend Protostar, and we're going to be doing a video on ship-based PvP. If you're a new player, this is something you're going to run into inevitably at some point. And so I'm using the Mustang Beta today, which is closely related to the Mustang Alpha that many of you have started with. And we're just going to do some PvP basics and see how this holds up versus a Gladius, which is kind of the top of the line light fighter right now. So I don't expect to win this one, but we're going to try and give some good tips and tricks, and yeah, basically help you to not be totally wiped out the minute you get into any sort of scrap. So Proto, welcome to the video. And I am going to back up just a little bit here so I don't smack into you when we get going, and then we'll go ahead. Alright, ready?
Alright. Would you like me to start at a further engagement distance to make it a bit more realistic?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, we'll back out to about 1,500 meters or so. There we go. Alright, so here we go. If you are looking for PvP in the verse, it's you can generally target someone like this. Just by aiming at them and then pressing the T button on your keyboard, and then it's common courtesy to either let them know in global chat, or sometimes you can drop a flare with either your J or K keys and kind of let them know that you're interested. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go for this. So the biggest thing that you're going to want to do first off is to try and stay active. You don't want to stay in one spot or in a predictable pattern. As you can see, I'm taking quite a bit of fire here. I do have my shields with max power to them, and so that's helping to keep me protected a little bit. There we go. Oh goodness. Definitely a little bit more of a challenge. There we go. Starting to get some hits on him. Especially if you are in one of these Mustangs. Something else that's going to be very important will be to manage your weapons and shield power. There we go. There's a couple hits on him. If you can maintain a good distance and generally engagement distance is around 800 to 500 meters. Oop, goodness, yep, taking some hits now, so we're going to try and shake those off. Often you can do that with a little bit of side strafe or roll. And a good use of your shields, swapping power back to shields when you're under fire is always a good thing to do. And if when you get to a point like this where your shields are completely critical and you are out of power or out of shields, you want to go ahead and you don't want to disengage pulling away from them. You want to push into them. and then quickly accelerate when you get out of range. Or once you get past them, because you don't want to telegraph that you're trying to get away. Because especially if you are playing against someone who does PvP, they're going to look at that and go, "Oh, he's running." Nail him. So as you can see here, I'm just trying to be a little bit more agile here. Oop, and there we go. Shields are going critical again. So we're going to go ahead and push forward here. And I'm going to burn away. There we go, till my shields are back up again. And this is something that you'll have to do, especially if you're in a very, very light ship. Oh goodness. Proto's taking me to the cleaners. Go. So shields are critical now, and I've got a shield failure. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go max burn. We're going to get out of here and try and get those shields back up. There we go. And as you can see, I'm very, very red on the nose on the bottom left hand side there, which means I take a couple more hits and that's going to be the end of me. So in a situation like this, if you are under attack, now is your chance to get out of here, because you don't want to risk it at this point. You are almost surely going to end up dead. I'm going to go ahead and push the attack on this one, and we'll see what we can do. Obviously, I'm way outmatched as far as the ship that I'm going up against. Whoop, there's a good shield hit with a missile, and so it's definitely something that you will have to keep in mind if you're going up against a if you're going up against another ship where you are very outmatched. It's a good idea to cut your losses and get out of there. So I'm going to respawn in Grim Hex, and this is going to bring us to the crime stat part of it. So if you are out in the verse in the wild, and you're not meeting up with a friend like this to practice PvP, and you are attacked without provocation or warning, you'll get the opportunity, as long as you are in somewhere that has a crime rating, where you can accept the criminal charges against them by pressing left bracket on your keyboard. So Proto's destroyed my ship, so I could hit the left bracket there, and that would basically alert them that he's done that, he's killed me and destroyed my ship, and would give him a criminal rating. Obviously we're just practicing, so I'm not going to do that. And I would recommend that if you are seeking out PvP, you also don't do that, because that's not really good sportsmanship. If you're practicing, you want to avoid that. Now, unfortunately, I've run into the Grim Hex elevator bug here, so I'm going to relog, which is often the case, and then I'm going to go back out with a little bit more of an evenly matched ship, the Gladius, and we'll try this again. Okay, so we're back. I am now in a Gladius, as you can see. Same thing that Proto is flying, so we're a little bit more evenly matched, and we're going to give this another go. Right, Proto, here we go. So I'm going to go blow past him, and then I'm immediately going to turn and roll. So once again, shields are critical. He's actually doing very well against me, so I'm going to go ahead and bug out a little bit and get those shields back. There we go. And then turn back around and get into the fight. Using your weapons priority, or shield priority, or engine priority is going to be critical, especially if you're in a smaller ship, because they don't have a whole lot of survivability. So getting in those shots and letting your weapons recharge then can be critical to staying alive. Use your power priority to recharge your weapons, and then dump power into your shields. If you find yourself coming under fire or getting really messed up, a little bit of maneuverability, of course, to stay agile. Making sure that you get some hits in occasionally to keep their shields from recharging. Because each time they get hit, the shields stop recharging. So I'm going to try and shake off this damage here. There we go. Proto's gotten his shields back, so I'm going to have to redo that bit again and get those shields down. There we go. So another thing that you can do is watch their closing speed. There we go, getting a couple shots in. Rolling to shake some of that damage. Whoop. Okay, so as you can see, my shields have gone critical at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to swap power priority to shields and blow past here and try and get those shields recharged. If you're trying to escape, you can hold the shift key on your keyboard, and that will swap or turn on your boost and allow you to get your shields recharged by getting out of range of the other fighter. Now, the good PvP players are probably going to realize that you're doing this and give chase, and may may do what Proto's doing here and drop missiles and try and hit you with those. So effective use of countermeasures, including increasing your countermeasure count by hitting the Alt-H key on your keyboard to increase the, actually that'll be the right Alt and H on your keyboard to increase your flare count. Oh goodness. can be really good in helping to shake those off. I'm going to swap my power priority back over to shields and try and shake this damage here and dodge it as much as possible. There we go. So that we can get shields back again. And then try and chain some shots into Proto here so that we can get his shields down a little bit. Definitely giving me a hard time there. We are very evenly matched at this point, so I'm just going to try and boom! There we go! Get the last couple shots in before I pop. Because as you can see, I am very red on the body here. Almost had me. Good fight, Proto.
Thank you.
And that's also something I would recommend if you are looking for PvP, or even if if you feel like it was a fair fight and you're not salty about it. Get into global chat. Tell people good fight, or just GF in global chat, because if you're one of those people who gets into global chat and is whining and complaining and it's not fair, that's just going to get you more people interested in coming in and trying to get you. There are people among even my org who specialize in salt mining. So it's always a good idea to either don't say anything and just give them the crime stat, or else if you're just like, all right, well, that was a good fight, I lost, but oh well, get that good fight in the chat, and that way you don't become a target, because whining and crying will definitely bring that sort of stuff back to you. People, oh goodness, so I've got something going on here. I've lost all control of my ship. I'm going to go ahead and power cycle here. Oh, we're at 30k. Alright, well, we've gotten the footage for today, so thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I will see you all again next time. Thanks for helping, Proto. Good fight.
Cheers, thank you.
And we'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone. Ta-ta.